Okay, so today is Tuesday, December 31st, the last day of 2024, and today I learned something while I was kind of reflecting on the year, I guess, kind of just preparing for next year, 2025, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. I also want to talk about some of the stuff that I'm going to be doing, hopefully, some of the stuff that I'm planning on doing in 2025. So that's kind of what I want to talk about today. So today I learned that tracking things is very helpful, I guess. I was kind of just thinking about like what I've been doing this year, what I've done this year, and like what I can celebrate, all the things I've done. And sometimes I wish that I just tracked more of my days, tracked more of my life, tracked more of what I did every day. I feel like a lot of people do like an annual review where you like reflect on what you did last year. And I think that's really important to do, to be able to reflect on like what were my milestones, what were my achievements, what were my failures, what were my challenges, that kind of thing, to kind of just reflect and review on your year. I wasn't like formally doing this. I was kind of just thinking about those things, and I was just thinking about how I wish I tracked more things. I wish I tracked more of just like what I did every day. I wish I could look back on any day of the year and I could see what I did that day. And I think this is why it's good to like have some kind of system for that. So like I know a lot of people use bullet journals to track like what they're doing every day. Even just old to-do lists to see like what did I accomplish that day. But also I use an app on my phone called Dailyo. This is just something I use. There's no affiliate, no sponsorship, anything like that. But I do use that app to track my mood. So you can enter in like, what mood were you in today? Like, were you really happy? Were you really sad? That kind of thing. And then you can also track what you did that day. And I just really wish I was honestly just more consistent with that. So that I could look back on any day and I could see what I did that day. I also think that I kind of wish I tracked and kind of kept a log of my achievements, because I think that is a very good way to kind of just show like what have I accomplished, what can I, like when I'm feeling imposter syndrome, when I feel like I can't do something, when I feel like I haven't done anything and I'm just a lazy bum, I can look back on all of my achievements and I can see like, okay, what have I actually accomplished? And I think that would just be a good way to help with that. So those are just a couple small things that I wish I could have tracked. But I think ultimately tracking things in your life, you don't have to be tracking every single little thing that you do every single day, but tracking your time, maybe just tracking the things that you do every day, tracking your mood. I feel like that kind of thing is just so beneficial. And I think it would be really cool. I'm kind of just thinking out loud right now. It would be really cool to have one system where I can track every single day. And I can be like, what did I do that day? What was my mood? What did I achieve? Right? Did some major thing happen that day? I just wish that was a thing. Like the app that I use, it kind of does some of that, but it doesn't do all of that. And I'm honestly thinking of making a Notion template as I talk about this, because I just think that would be a really cool thing to have. Just like a life tracker. Like you can track your thoughts, you can track what you did that day, you can track like your mood, all that kind of stuff. I just think that would be really cool. So just a side note, I might come out with that eventually. I don't know. But I guess your takeaway is to track your life, I guess. If you are interested in these kinds of things like I am, you want to see your achievements. You want to see what you did every day. You want to see what affects your mood, right? I think tracking what you do every day is just a very helpful thing to do. And I want to try to do that. I'm going to make the effort to use my mood tracker app more, because I honestly wasn't very consistent with it. But I'm hoping that this year I can actually have a complete year of every single day I can track what I did that day. I just think that would be really cool, because it only takes like 10, maybe even less than 10 minutes to say like, what did I do today? What's my mood? That kind of thing. So that was what I learned today. Track things, track your mood, track what you did every day. Maybe I'll come out with a Notion template in the future, maybe not. But for now, I'm using the Dailyo app. If you want to do the same thing, if you want to track what you're doing every day, then I would recommend the Dailyo app. It's the only app that I found that actually does it. It's pretty simple and easy to use, but also gives you some helpful insights. So yeah, again, I'm not like, there's no affiliate sponsorship, anything like that. That's just a nice app that I like to use to track my life. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that I want to be more consistent with it. I want to do it every single day, if possible. And I just think, as a general rule, you can't manage what you can't measure, right? You can manage the measurables. When you have the numbers, when you have the data, you can adjust those. But if you have no insights on how you're doing, on what you're doing, then you can't really measure that kind of thing, right? Like, if I never knew what kind of views I got on my videos, then I wouldn't know, like, what I can be doing better. Like, was this a good video idea? Was it not a good video idea? That kind of thing. So data is important, and you should track things. That's your takeaway. So in the spirit of 2024 ending, I want to talk about a few things that I'm going to be doing next year, Lord willing. So first of all, for this YouTube channel, I'm going to continue doing the What I Learned Today videos. If you don't know what that is, basically I've been posting every single day, talking about what I learned that day and how I'm trying to apply it to my life and how you guys can apply it to yours. So I'm still going to keep doing those because I love doing them, and it just helps me keep creating, and it's kind of why I really enjoyed creating these kinds of videos in the first place. So I will continue making these videos. I've done 165, 64, I don't really know what number this one is, but I've done like 164, 65. I did 100 days in a row, and then I took a break, and now I'm on my 64th day in a row, and I think I'm going to continue that. So every 100 days I'm going to take a short break. So we're coming up on 100 days in like a month or so. So in February, I'm going to take a slightly longer break than last time, but I'll get to that when we get to February. So that's the first thing. I'm going to continue doing these What I Learned Today videos, just trying to share daily insights on how to get better at life, basically, what I'm learning. And then additionally, on top of that, I'm going to do monthly posts that are not What I Learned Today, but rather kind of an ultimate guide. Videos that are just an all-consuming guide on how to do something, I guess. Kind of just me gathering everything that I've learned, everything that I know, and to try to make like an ultimate guide for something. So for January, I'll give you a little sneak peek. I talked about this in yesterday's video, I think. For January, I'm going to post a video about goals and like New Year's resolutions, because that is often what people do in January. And I think that would be really helpful, because I think past me would find that video really helpful. So I'm going to be doing monthly, better edited, better produced. I'm trying to have like an actual outline, really work on my thumbnail, really work on my editing a lot more than I do with these What I Learned Today videos. So that's going to be monthly. So that's for the YouTube channel. Additionally, I have started a Patreon. So this is actually really exciting for me. I mentioned the idea of starting a Discord, but recently I've realized that I don't know if the Discord route is the route that I want to go, so I'm going to instead do a Patreon. Now, the reason I'm doing this Patreon is so that basically I can grow my community and so that we can have really good discussions about what I'm talking about. Because I feel like this is I'm sharing what I'm learning, and occasionally I'll get some really nice comments, and I really appreciate that, but I want to be able to have deeper discussions, talk more about what I'm talking about, especially when I talk about things that are a little more deep and a little more like depth to them rather than just a random insight. I basically just want to grow the community, have deeper, better discussions about what I'm talking about, and to just be able to build more of a connection with my audience. So I'm having a Patreon. So right now it's free. Right now it's completely free. You can join, be a member of my Patreon community for free. Eventually I'm going to add a paid kind of tier, but I'm still working on what that is going to entail. So if you join as a free member, which right now is the only thing you can do, there's a few things that you'll have access to. So you'll have in Patreon, you can have like these community chats thing. It's kind of just like a group chat, but like with a bunch of people. So I'm going to have the What I Learned Today chat, which is basically just going to be a place where you can share what you learned today, because these videos are what I learned today. but I want to hear about what other people are learning and how that can be applied to my life and to everyone else in the community's lives. So we're going to have a What I Learned Today community chat where you can just share what you learned today every single day if you want to. And then additionally, I'm going to have like discussion posts for some of the videos that I'm posting. I'm not setting myself for like a schedule, not like daily or weekly or anything like that. I'm just going to be like, if this video was an interesting topic that I think requires more discussion, then I'm going to make a post about it and we can discuss it more. And maybe if you guys tell me in the comments down below you should start a discussion post for this video, then I'll definitely do that. So those are the two main kind of things for joining my Patreon community. So far, those are the two main things that I'm going to be doing on my Patreon community to just help grow this community, help have a better connection with my audience. Again, like I said, I'm eventually going to add a paid tier where there's going to be extra perks. There will always be a free tier, so if you want to join the community, then you can always do that completely for free. But for right now, this is what I have. I'm continually going to be updating it, adding more perks, maybe occasionally adding more tiers, that kind of thing. But so far, this is what I have, and I'm really excited for it. And I really hope that if you guys want to discuss these kinds of things more, what I'm talking about in these videos, then I would really appreciate it if you join the community so that we can all discuss these things and talk about these things and share what we learned and help each other live better lives one day at a time. So the last thing that I wanted to show you guys is something that's going to kind of connect all of this together. It's going to connect the part where I talked about tracking your life, and it's going to connect to the part where I talk about I was saying I'm making a New Year's resolutions video, and this helps with that. So I don't know if you guys remember, but so around 93 days ago, I made a video about how you should start on your goals now, and you shouldn't have to wait for January. And so I made a little like printable worksheet kind of thing called 93 Days Left. And basically it was just a bunch of boxes so that you can fill out what goals you worked on for that day. So I did it again, but this time I did it for the whole year. So now that we're at this opportune time for a fresh start, right? January 1st is a new year, 365 days for us to be working on our goals. So in my New Year's video, I'm going to talk about how you can set your goals. And to give you a little bit of a sneak peek, you have 3 main goals, and the system I like to use is mental, physical, spiritual. So I made a new little tracker for this. So essentially, you can write down your goals, you can write down what your 3 main goals are, and set a color to them. So what I do is I have these cheap markers from Walmart, I think, and I use those, so I fill in, this is what it looks like, 1 color per goal, and then I have a whole bunch of check boxes for every single day of the year. And it's pretty long, it's 3 pages. So you can print this out. What I did is I taped all the pages together so it's like one little thing. But essentially you have a little box for every single day, and every single day you can fill out what goals you worked on. So the way that I do it is I have 1 color per goal with my little markers, and depending on what goals I worked on, hopefully I work on all of them every day, but you know, life isn't perfect. We don't always do that. So depending on what goals I did, I'll fill in with that color. So if I did goal 1 and 2, then I would fill in this box with goal 1 and 2, the goal 1 and 2 colors. I think that makes sense. So whether or not you work on all 3 goals, or whether or not you only work on 1 goal, or you work on no goals, you can fill something in for each box. This is what I've been using for the past 93 days to kind of just track my goals and track, like, did I work on something, like, did I work on my goals today? And it's just really helpful to feel very accomplished, to, if I didn't work on them, I need to make sure that, okay, tomorrow let's try to actually work on my goals and I don't slack like I did today. I think it's just a really fun, wholesome, simple way to track my goals. It's kind of like a habit tracker, but it's just, did you work on your goals today? Did you make progress? Did you move the needle in your top 3 main goals today? And I think this is just, I don't know, I think it's just fun to have this kind of tracker. If you want to get this, it'll be linked in the description below. It's completely for free. You can just print it out, put it on your wall, and I'll probably, every month, I'm thinking I'll update. I'll create a discussion post in my Patreon community, and we can all show each other, like, how are your goals going? Did you work on your goals this month? So yeah, I think this is just a fun way to do that. So yeah, that is what I learned today. like I said, your takeaway is to track things. You can track the goals that you're working on with my little template, my little worksheet in the description below. And you can track things like your mood and things like that with the app Dailyo that I use. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm really excited for my Patreon community and for this year as all these new video ideas that I'm thinking of for the monthly videos and the Patreon community and all these Notion templates that I'm working on. So I'm just really excited for growing this community and growing this channel. And I hope that you will subscribe and that you'll stick with me through it so that we can just learn how to do life a little bit better, one day at a time. So yeah, if you like this video, then definitely hit the like button if you found it helpful. If you have any thoughts about what I talked about in this video, then I would appreciate a comment in the description below. Go join my Patreon community because it's going to be rocking over there. And I'm really excited for it, and I hope that we can have great discussions and just build this community more and more. So you can join that in the description below completely for free. Go get my little worksheet template also in the description completely for free. And yeah, if you want to see more videos like these, then definitely subscribe. I've already told you what kind of videos I'm posting, so subscribe if you want to see that. This video will be my New Year's resolutions video. If it hasn't come out yet, then I'm sorry, but this video, if it has come out yet, which is going to come out in the next couple of days, then that'll be right here. So watch that if you want to learn about how to set your goals and how you can set these goals that you can track with your little tracker. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in tomorrow's video.